This video was made because someone sent me a link about a museum. Take a look at it yourself. 2 minutes of your time. Do you see what I see?
The Museum of History in Granite. The idea is to engrave in granite highlights of the collective memories of humanity. The monuments are designed to last 4,000 years, so that in the future, when we're all gone, people of another time will be able to read our history, recorded in stone, similar to the ancient writings on the Egyptian pyramids, which were cut into sandstone over 4,000 years ago. This is the Felicity Stone, a Rosetta Stone for the scholars of the future, with the same words repeated in many languages. The museum is a work in progress, and there are many, many more panels that need to be engraved. Each one has to be carefully checked before it's cut into the granite. At the entrance to the museum, there is a section set apart where the original stairways of the Eiffel Tower from Paris now reside here. They were replaced because they wore out. Because the museum has limited space, a special section was built where you can place your memories and preserve perhaps for thousands of years. There's a small fee for this, but it would be well worth remembering those in your life.
Well, this one you probably guessed. It's about our crater, of course. Is it? Well, the proportions are right. The circle, the ridge, Epcot, slightly tilted. Take a look again at the ridge on the moon map. It's almost like a horse saddle. So my conclusion is it is a miniature of our crater, Starship Enterprise. Let's zoom in on the crater. History of the Archons, the Alpha and the Omega. This brings you to the center of the crater. There you have an 8-sided pyramid without capstone. Mount Meru, Wavelsburg, Mecca, follow the path towards a church. Reminds me of Glastonbury. So my guess is that this could be about ley lines. When you have an air view, you have on the right the railroad and on the left you have the highway. They are showing it on the intro video, and that reminded me of Cardiff Castle. The crater, the railroad. I think the railroad is very important to spread the infection. The Archontic Revolution. The church. The crater. And there on the right you have something special. The Maze of Honor. Well, this is the reason I made this video.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Remember my video, Escape from Flat Earth? Follow the yellow brick road.
You want to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz, to find the
Take a look at the ice wall surrounding our continents, and there is only one exit. Sometimes people ask me, how do we escape? If this map is correct, I see 7 exits. Put in the continents, so the closest exit is probably through Argentina and the Falklands. And this will bring you probably to the swamp. Let's listen to this supposedly creator of this museum.
As you can see on the museum, we simply could not put souvenirs, photos of persons who desired to keep memories in granite. Now, we take 12 by 12 inch plaques of black granite, and with a laser take your photos and messages and keep them for the ages. We cannot guarantee 4,000 years, but they will be there for a long time. They are to please your mother, to please your father, and to please your pet. This, we trust, resolve the problems of keeping memories permanently at affordable cost, and eventually from the entire world as we walk through this monument.
Let's recapitulate what this man, this creature, is telling us. Memories in granite, 12 by 12, black granite, for the ages, 4,000 years, keeping memories permanently and eventually from the entire world. Doesn't sound too good. A black square, carved in granite, supposedly decoded by the Freemasons. You have the stairs of the Eiffel Tower, the checkerboard, stairs and checkerboard, that is Freemasonry. Reminds me of the DOS code. You think you are watching a movie, but in the background the code is running. It seems like there is something in the black and the white. The word photograph has the word photon and graph. Photon is the light, graph is the residue. RGB, CMYK. Where the photons cannot penetrate, you get residue. The shape of the maze reminds me of a hard disk. What do you need to make a hard disk? Let's say a ceramic underground, covered with metal particles, and a magnet.
We cannot guarantee 4,000 years, but they will be there for a long time.
So if I understand this correctly, they want to lock us up in the Matrix for 4,000 years. How nice! So I would not call this the Maze of Honor, but the Maze of Horror.
So that in the future, when we're all gone, people of another time will be able to read our history, recorded in stone.
Let's move to the entrance of the museum. There you have the center of the world. What is the center of the world? Well, it's just a dot in the middle. What is it all about? Well, it's not about this spot, it's about the spot on the bigger Earth. It's about Epcot. In Belgium you have a cemetery of the First World War and it's called Tynecott. So there must be something in Epcot. What is Epcot? Well, for people who know my work, it is the head of a boat. The solar bark. And it has many faces throughout history. Well, as I was looking for a solution, I came across Jason and the Argonauts. I think Jason is Jack Sparrow. On the boat called the Argo are 50 sailors sailing the boat, the Argonauts. They are searching for the Golden Fleece. Up till today there is still an order called the Order of the Golden Fleece. The Argo was built by shipwright Argus. Argo, Argus, Archon, architect. My guess is that the solar bark, the Argo, is a technological ship made by the Archons. Looking for some depictions of the Argo, I stumbled upon this painting. Again from the Renaissance. Biagio d'Antonio. Well, 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 what do we have here? A crater. 3 towers surrounded by 7 rings. Probably our crater, Sulpicius Gallus M. In the middle you have the rings of Atlantis, probably meaning it is being terraformed. In the middle you have the box, seems to be a golden box. In the center you have the Tree of Life, the Taurus field, and in the Taurus field you have the Golden Fleece. Well, there's something about this Renaissance period I'm still not understanding. Where is Biagio d'Antonio getting his information? Do these people know we are living in a crater? Let's look for some more information. Some sources state that since people had not seen a ship before, they described the Argo as a monster. Well, remember the cargo cults? The prow of the ship was also made with a special piece of oak from Dodona, an area sacred to Zeus. The oak was said to be able to speak with a human voice and could tell oracles. A speaking piece of wood. Let's take our Jewish encyclopedia. Jethro planted his staff in the garden. Nobody could withdraw it from the ground. Okay. When Moses entered Jethro's household, he read the name, and by means of it was able to draw up the rod. So he read the name of the rod. What was the name? The initials of the Hebrew names of the 10 plagues. 10 plagues, 10 initials, 10 commandments. Maybe we were told the wrong story.
iPhone trick for lazy people like me. Open settings, scroll down and open accessibility. Then open voice control. Turn on the voice control. Open custom commands. Create new custom command. Type the phrase, I love my iPhone. Set action. Run custom gesture. Create the same gesture as my passcode. For example, mine is 123 123. Save it. Done. We have set the custom command. Now let's try it out. I love my iPhone. Like and follow for more tech tips.
Is the burning bush an electrical phenomenon? Lichtenberg figures are given the illusion that something is blossoming, like Aaron's rod. Is it the jet? Energy in a piece of wood? A rod. Where did I see this before?
3 very firm knocks.
Black Rod!
The holy wood. The magic wand. Imagine you have a piece of wood that predicts the future. How powerful would you be? Let's recapitulate. You have a piece of wood with the code on it. You read the code and the piece of wood starts to blossom. That activates the oracle. If this piece of wood would create mana, you have the 3 artifacts of the Ark of the Covenant: the code, the wood, and the mana. My guess is that Aaron's rod was in London and has been transported to New York. So why is the center of the world in Epcot? And what is it? My conclusion is that there are probably several alien artifacts on the bigger Earth. I will try to solve this problem probably in my next video. Well, you have Argonauts, but you also have astronauts. Let's say that the Argo is producing the photon and the residue, the graph. This creates a labyrinth. Spirits locked up in this labyrinth experience the world like a circle. The crater world. Now let's say that in the Argo world an astro world is created. The astro creates a labyrinth in a labyrinth. Spirits locked up in this labyrinth experience the world like a little blue ball flying in space.